All right, folks, another edition tonight, the late night on campus. I'm your host, Donnie Rightside, with my main man in crime over there, the big man on campus, at Jeff Nadu on Twitter. Tonight, once again, we are brought to you by uwager.eu Sportsbook. Go check them out, as well as the good people at SBR Sports Picks, SBRodds.com, and sportsbookforum.com. Big night of hoops to talk about, big man. Let's start off right off the bat with the game that just finished a short while ago. Oregon and Michigan coming right down to the wire. 69-68 was the final. Walton just couldn't put them over the top. Your thoughts on that game right off the bat, big guy?
Well, look, I mean, Oregon had control of the whole game. They led for most of the game. And look, I mean, Michigan was brutal at times to watch an offense. In the half court, they did not look very good. The great equalizer, as always, for Michigan is the three-point shot, which they hit 11 of them. Look, I mean, Oregon, that's kind of what they do. Cardiac kids, they win games like this. And, again, a lot better game to watch than the game we are currently watching. Just 25 fouls in that game. We had that in the first 10 minutes in this Gonzaga game, for God's sakes. But we'll get into that later. But, yeah, look, I mean, Dylan Brooks didn't have one of his better games. He only had 12. But, look, Tyler Dorsey, fantastic, 20 points. His sixth straight game with 20 points or more. He was fantastic tonight.
No, I mean, watching that game back and forth, you knew it was going to come down to the end. And let's not forget, it was a 3-point game with Oregon at the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1, a missed free throw, rebound, layup, completely changed the complexion of that game, because I believe at the point in time in that game, Michigan was probably going to dribble the ball up, run some clock down, and then it would be, maybe Oregon only gets a possession or two after that. Huge play to lay it in and make it a 1-point game. Talk about some of those big overriding swings that you see in big moments in tournament action.
Well, look, I mean, it was run, and that's what you have in college basketball nowadays. Donnie, I have to interject here, and we'll definitely get back to this. I've been critical of these refs this year in this tournament. This is absolutely deplorable what's going on in this game. And again, both ways. This is disgusting, watching games like this. This is astounding that it's going on. I don't know who on their right mind asked for shit like this. This is pathetic.
No, I mean, it's been all tournament long, and we talk all the time. Like, I sent out a tweet about an hour ago. If the NCAA wants to call all these fouls, just give the kids like 7, 8, 9 fouls apiece, because then if you call 50 of them, at least the stars can stay in. Because the one thing I can't stand about college basketball, which is tough, your superstar gets 2 fouls, 4 minutes in, maybe a bang play on a charge he doesn't get, and a stupid reaching call. He's out for literally 13, 14 minutes of game time and sits the entire first half. Why not, or just go to like a pod system with first half, second half, where each kid gets like 3 fouls and has to sit the rest of the half, but can come back in for the second half. I don't know what to do, but it's just egregious where you just interrupt the flow of the game and just completely do that. It's amazing, man. Amazing.
Yeah, and look, it hasn't helped Gonzaga that Josh Perkins and Silas Melson have been terrible in this game, really bad. Their guards have been really poor in this game. But again, I mean, this one's going to come down to the wire. Minute 30 left. Zag's down 3. But look, I mean, this is West Virginia. I mean, when the game was tied at half, I kind of said to myself, wow, West Virginia is offensively played terrible in this game, and it's tied. But I'm not sure how you even get excited about these games. I have no monetary risk in this game. I like Gonzaga. I really want to see them win this game, but it's just anymore like this tournament has been unwatchable, and that's the first time I've said that in a long period of time. I can't remember.
The stat I tweeted out right around halftime there is the Zags averaged 16 fouls per game, and they had 15 already at the half, so you knew where that one was headed. But again, it's not even kids fouling out. Just the actual game flow of the game is completely ruined. It's really hard to watch, no question about it.
Yeah, I mean, a minute and a half left, and there's been 49 fouls. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what changes this. I don't know what you do, because this is seemingly talks we have constantly in sports, not only in this sport, but in football, in the NFL, in college football. It's officiating is ruining this tournament. But you look at this game, Donnie, in retrospect. I mean, West Virginia is shooting 29% from the field, 24% from 3. I mean, how are they winning this game? I'm going to tell you how.
I mean, it's just
Foul
go ahead. Yeah.
And another thing that makes, for me, it very hard to cap West Virginia games is they're a bad foul shooting team, but for whatever reason, lately they can't miss from the foul line.
Yeah, missed. They missed one at a second. But I get you. I mean, that was supposed to be an advantage for Gonzaga. It was at the free throw line in this one. It's certainly not an advantage. But the interesting one with this game, and there you missed them both, and they get the no foul. Is it? Ooh, how about that?
That's huge. That could have been.
At least they held the whistle.
Yeah, that could have been backbreaking for Gonzaga. 3 for the win. Bang, gets the lead. Big stop. Let's get a stop, Zags. Come on. You're gonna watch a game. You're gonna watch a game with the big man right now. Timeout. Let's go. Get those.
Now, people, we have to preferences tonight. We got a little. We don't have as long as we usually do tonight because Teddy and Paulie are going to jump on at 11 o'clock and carry the show with the sports bit there. But 52 seconds left in this game. Let's see if we can make it. You know, we might not even be on the air by the time this game gets over the way it looks with the fouls.
We're going to watch the game with us. This is what we do on late night on campus. But yes, the GOATs coming up after us. Teddy covers, Paulie Howard. They're live from Las Vegas. They're bringing you a sports bit directly after us. However, we got a couple minutes. They allowed us to watch the game in peace here. Let's shout out the people, Donnie, while we're in a little timeout here.
Absolutely. Go ahead, man.
The man himself, Zach Jones. Welcome in, my man. Mr. Gogster, Armin, Mike Campbell, Cal Bear, Robinson, Dylan, everyone out there. We appreciate you chiming in tonight. We are trying to get something going here with the late night on campus. As always, going to be something different every night, guys. You know, we have live games going on. We have bad beats. In baseball, we'll have bullpen melts and big hits. How about the U.S. last night, Donnie? Big win.
8-0 win. Hey, if you were a better in that one, if you had, USA money line -1.5, even if you had the total in that game, everything seemed to work out pretty well for you.
I have to say this. Marcus Stroman was fantastic last night. The bullpen was great. I kind of got the feeling, though, and I don't know about you, but when I first was watching that game, I just thought, you know what? This is the U.S. game. This is their game to win. Puerto Rico.
How good was Stroman last night, big man?
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic. It was great. And, Donnie, did you hear that crime was like it wasn't significant at all in Puerto Rico during this tournament?
No,
it was like
– who was it actually Beltran that said that? Because that went over my head for a second there.
It's true. They had a historic level of limited crime during the tournament. It was huge for the country.
Yeah, maybe we should play baseball all the time, and then nobody would have any crimes.
Yeah. Jeff, how much do you have on Gonzaga? I don't have anything on Gonzaga. I didn't bet them tonight. The only game I had was Oregon. They got the job done. I didn't bet Gonzaga.
By the way, a nice little comeback here early, though. Purdue, Kansas. Looks like 33-33 now, about 5 minutes ago in the first half. Interesting one there.
Yeah, Purdue jumped out to an early lead there. Klein was hitting some big shots. That's going to be, as always, I mean, these Sweet 16 games haven't been short of excitement. I mean, they've been very good so far, obviously, with this game. But look, Gonzaga's missed 10 foul shots. That could be the difference in this game. We got under a minute left. West Virginia ball. We're going to need a foul
call probably or something like that. He missed it. Yes, there you go. There you go, Zach.
Got a board, Zags. Got a board.
Let's go, baby. Come on, Zach.
Let's go, Joshy. Come on, Josh.
Come on, you got two now.
Melson.
Bonus, baby.
Come on, Melson. Knock these foul shots down, baby. Come on.
What did Huggins want on that? A jump ball? Is he kidding? Yeah, how about that? Yeah, Robinson says, laugh out loud. The ref's not wanting to make a call. They make 90 calls, and the kids just getting drilled underneath the board.
50 fouls in the game. They don't want to make the obvious call into the basket.
Oh, brother.
Just brutal stuff.
Yeah. It's going to be this is what it's going to be like during baseball season. Watch these games come right down to the wire and everything. Oh, he breaks a free throw,
fun.
of course.
Yeah, I don't want to blow people's ears.
82% free throw shooters bricking. Awesome.
No, I know. Look, their guards have been bad tonight. They've been bad tonight. They really have.
Come on, man. You got to make one more, and West Virginia's got to brick the next. This game's going to come right down to the last second.
Yeah, they're going to need a big. They're going to need a stop here. One more stop.
Nobody.
The MOC's been on Zags all year. Yes, I have. Now let's win this one for everybody. Come on.
Come on, man. You got to make this one. Bend the knees. Slip it down. Got it. All right. 3-point game. Any timeout. West Virginia's got no timeouts, big man. How about that?
I'm not on the Zags. We all know that.
What do they do here, big man? They drive to the rack or they shoot the three here?
I think you got.
I go to the rack here.
Yeah, I think you got to try to get.
Baxter Miles pulls a hero 3 out of his butt, which it looks like he's trying to do. I don't know. Yeah,
the defense is too
good.
Ball. Get a board. Get a board.
We can get it.
Wow.
Miracle 3. Brick.
Oh
my God, brother! Get the board.
Oh no, this is not going to end well.
Don't foul either.
This is not going to end well. Not going to end well.
Good. No, he's got to shoot the 3. No foul. Shoot the fucking 3. Shoot the 3. Shoot the 3. Shoot it. Shoot it. Game.
Yeah, we got 2.5. Get that shit out of here, motherfucker. Stop rooting against the Zags. Get out of here. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't root against the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Give me that money. Good shit, baby.
Hey, there we go.
Cash money.
Yeah, baby.
Cash money.
Oh, live on the air. Yes, sir. Yes.
Donnie.
Oh, goodness. No, there's no Super Bowls for us, Mike. If the Eagles ever won a Super Bowl, I would just retire from sports gambling and being a sports fan. We don't deserve it.
And this for the record, I just want to say this. Donnie right side, premium play on the Gonzaga Bulldogs, minus the 2.5.
Now, hold on, big man.
Chip the sugar.
From 3 to 2.5 to make sure that we didn't have any, push or shenanigans like that, and bang it out.
No shenanigans.
Yeah.
No shenanigans here.
Oh, my goodness. We're about to – but who's ready to drink on the air tonight? Vodka we got upstairs. We got tonic. We got limes.
Get this guy a Cuban.
Oh,
Get him
my
a Cuban.
goodness.
Get him a Cuban. I got Ryan in the fucking other room rooting against Gonzaga. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, boy.
Get out of here.
Now, I would have to say that, too. If you were on Twitter today and late, I mean, if most of you guys follow me on Twitter, I didn't see very many Gonzaga tickets out there, man. Didn't see that many at all.
No.
Let me look at this. We're going to go live on there. I got to send some tweets live, big man. This is what's going to happen all throughout the summer, all throughout baseball season, the rest of the tournament. Now, it's only fun if you win. Now, I do preface this by saying, if one of those 3 balls went in or Gonzaga fouled like they should have with 1 second to go, I would have ended the broadcast and just let big man do it himself.
And here's the thing. We could have been live on the air during Oregon, Michigan. It would have been the same way because I was on Oregon. So,
absolutely.
What a great couple of games here. They did go the right way, obviously, but that is why. And again, I'll preface this. That is why you play money lines in games like this. You're gonna have to spend a little money. You have to spend a little money, but you're gonna win. Let's recap it, Donnie. 61-58. Zags pull it out. Wasn't their greatest shooting night. They missed 11 foul shots, only made 4 threes. How fantastic was that?
I'm just now we can relax now, man, big man. I know I always send you the link a little bit early on the show. It was so hard to go in the air. 58, 55 and all that stuff. Now you see, this is real life. I love, the pressure of the situation, but it gets to you. And look how close that was. That was a 3-point game, living and dying on everything. Take the points in the pride. I know a lot of people out there actually won with West Virginia getting 3.5, and it even peaked at 4. So, obviously, when you check the lines out there, like we always say, SBRodds.com, getting the line at this time of the year with how tight these lines are. Look at the first game, big man, 69-68 final. I know some people out there actually got Oregon at -1 and pushed that game when, it should have been +1, +1.5, or whatever it was. It's amazing, man. Amazing.
Yeah, it's very important. And obviously a collective amount of books, line shopping. You wager closed at 3. Most of these books closed at 3, but it's really so important as far as, just getting the best of it. But, Donnie, you never know. You never know what line. You just try to get the best number. And you look at this, Donnie, for instance. I see a variety on this Purdue, Kansas, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. There were a ton of different numbers out there. U wagers closed Purdue 5.5, Bodog closed 6. There were so many. You got to get.
No, we preface that all the time. We preface that all the time. Shopping around to get the best line. And again, we talk about the same thing, providing a service and giving stuff out. You can't be phony or fake. You can't say, I got +6 when it was never available. But people that stay with you long time know that when you give the line out, it's got to be a widely available line. But again, I'm not going to fault anybody out there because either way, if you got the best number, you should have won your wager tonight, or worst case scenario, pushed it. So
Kansas takes the lead on Purdue, 3.5 to go in that one in the first half. Purdue shooting 59%, 6 for 11 from three, but losing. And it's been because of 8 turnovers, Donnie. They're being out rebounded, which is a surprise. Kansas hanging tough despite poor shooting and a slow start. So, that one's going to be, I'm going to imagine, another good game. But let's go back to Michigan, Oregon for a second.
Let me just comment on that Kansas-Purdue game. How many times do we see it, though, Jeff? You have the underdog. I'm getting 5, maybe 5.5 about game time there. You have that early lead. You really need to carry that into the locker room because all your momentum is lost. Let's see how Purdue closes that. But get back to your point there, big man.
Yeah, just about Michigan and Oregon. And it looked like the same old thing with Michigan. Look, great season for the Wolverines, but we can't get away from the fact that this team just lived and died by the three. I mean, that their half court offense at times was unwatchable without the three. But they made some big shots late. Many people will ask why Derek Walton didn't drive to the rim.
Yeah. No, you're right about
as opposed to jump shot there. I feel like obviously your shot's more high percentage down low again with at least you even get a foul call as well. But I don't, Michigan, though, was right in that game. Tough luck loss, but you had to figure Cinderella would come to an end sooner or later.
It was a great ball game to watch. And I know, big man, same thing. I mean, you saw the exalt rate there when I got the winner I wanted. And you noticed when we went on the show live, I didn't even mention, I saw the chat box out there going, I did have Gonzaga, but it's one of those things, again, being a superstitious gambler, I didn't even want to watch it, just watching it and the free throws and all that stuff. But I know everybody's watching it live, so you got to chime in. I know Big Man is. It's the same way with Oregon before. I mean, Big Man, guys out there on the chat box, if you had Michigan or you had Oregon, Walton steps back for 3 with 5 seconds to go. The ball's in midair. That's a win or a loss for millions of people, depending on how that falls. What an amazing rush it is, man. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's it's the thing that you love. I mean, and it goes back to the old adage, money won is way better than money earned. But you look at with 2 minutes left. I mean, Michigan goes up 68-65. Michigan went through that stretch where they hit, I think, 6 shots in a row. I got to tell you, and we mentioned Dylan Brooks. Pritchard was MIA. He didn't play most of the game, but Casey Benson had some major issues as well. He could not defend really anybody. But Jordan Bell was great. Tyler Dorsey was great. And it goes to show you Oregon can win without Dylan Brooks having a big game. Fantastic stuff. We have a little update here at Kansas, 41-36. They're starting to kind of mount a little bit of a lead here, and they're not playing their best, which Bill Self's boys have to be excited about. We have a late game, Donnie, Xavier in Arizona.
Yeah, going to be a good one.
We've talked about it. We've talked about all these games. We haven't talked at all about these games tomorrow, which I'm excited on the right side of campus. Live at 12:30. We'll be talking about those games tomorrow. For sure.
Big man, by the way, in that Michigan game, heading back to it, I love John Beilein. And, I mean, Altman is on the other side is no slouch.
I know what you're going to say here. I know what you're going to say.
Go ahead. Phil, because we can read each other's mind. Go ahead and just finish the question.
Why wasn't Wagner on the court right in the game?
Yes. Part 2 on that. Why didn't he use his last timeout with 10 seconds to go, maybe draw something up? Now, I do know Oregon didn't have a timeout, but was he that, I'll just trust Walton to make a move. I don't even want them to set their defense up or talk about it because he had time to get a timeout at half court.
I don't know. I mean, obviously the offensive rebound killed a lot of time off the clock. I don't know what was going on there. But that's what we've seen from some of these Big Ten coaches. I mean, Painter does it a lot with Isaac Haas late in games, not in the – I get foul shooting and stuff, but, I mean, you do need to rebound the basketball. And, look, I mean, I said in my audio pod that I give out to my clients that I give plays to, I give an audio, and you heard it today, Donnie.
Yeah,
to me, one of the big differences to me in this game, and I thought could really come down to it, was rebounding. Michigan was a poor rebounding team all year. You saw it. I mean, they didn't even attempt to offensive rebound. They just aren't good enough on the glass, and little things late cost them the game as far as from a rebound.
Yeah, by the way, I mean I mean, as ugly as the game was, I mean, that's what the, Sweet 16 is about, and the elite teams playing head-to-head, 61-58 final. It should have went better than that. I mean, it should have been a much cleaner game because that was one of my most anticipated games. Hopefully you get a clean finish in Kansas, Purdue, and also Arizona and Xavier. Do you have any play on that one actually that you gave out? Do you want to maybe break this game down a little bit?
I just had one play tonight. I don't have a side. I will say this. I would be pretty surprised to see Arizona not win this game and cover. Listen, if Xavier won, I think that would be one of the bigger upsets of the year. I just don't see it this year with this team. I mean, they played very admirably. They beat Maryland and Florida State, but I think we can both agree that neither side, Florida State just couldn't make a shot. I mean, that was kind of the negative there. And look, I mean, we've heard Chris Mack's name tied to other jobs as far as that's concerned, but it's virtually pretty much a home game for Arizona here. Miller's never been to the Final Four. He'll be one win away if they can get this one. I think they win this one like 71-58 or something. I think this is a double-digit win.
Yeah, I mean, just reading the lines there, if you look again on SBRodds.com, it looks like, some of the lines posting now 8. It's actually reaching a max of 7.5. But that line's been out there just about all week long, and that sort of tells you something because a lot of the times just in tournament action, when you see a number, again, over 5 points, it's a lot of points. It's a step up in competition. Both teams on, that same type of, talent level, so to speak, even though obviously we know Arizona is better. But that line not moving and actually creeping up at some spots to 8 at this point, that should tell you a lot about it. That glass slipper for Xavier, we've said all along in the roundtables, Jeff, how Xavier coming down the stretch didn't look good, rebounded with a couple wins. But again, I mean, you're kicking around like DePaul with a couple of those victories there. I just don't see it tonight. Arizona is clearly a better team, and I think they got a lot out of that game versus St. Mary's, being down double digits early, coming back fighting, dominating the second half. That goes a long way, and I think they have the coaching matchup in this one here also.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And I'm not going to downplay. I mean, Chris Mack's made the Sweet 16 4 times. That's really impressive. And all his seeds were 6 or higher. So, impressive stuff. But I don't see it tonight. Fellas, who is your biggest lay, i.e. won't win the tournament? A team that I don't think Baylor has any shot to win this.
Still in the tournament now, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I guess, or left. He made a comment earlier that he thought Oregon can't win, in his opinion. I don't see UNC either. I think UNC.
I would say in that respect, I mean, we all know that, March Madness is about guard play and dominant guard play. Oregon, when they get hot, I mean, they're just as good as anybody left in the tournament with overall guard play. To me, if you were asking, I think, whether or not South Carolina gets by Baylor, they just don't have enough, talent on the offensive end. Because if Thornwell gets in foul trouble, or he's just not running hot, the team's not very good. So I would probably take South Carolina out of it. But if you're looking for like a favorite that you say who you don't think can actually win the tournament coming down the stretch, I'm probably going to say North Carolina, and that might surprise a lot of people because I know they might be the favorite. Just too much hot and cold from that team for me. I just think, Butler's going to give them some problems. They have a tough line to get there because, again, folks, let's just not talk about beating Butler, which is going to be tough. You're going to have to play the winner of UCLA, Kentucky in the next, game just to get to the Final Four. So, I mean, that's a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't have UNC going to the Final Four. I have Kansas and Kentucky on that side. Mm-hmm. Look, again, we'll talk about those games tomorrow. But, I definitely think Gonzaga at this point has a pretty decent road. My issue for Gonzaga was this game. I said all week I was concerned about this game. I told you that, Donnie. Mm-hmm. It's always tough preparing for the press. But, again, they hung tough, played well. And I think, watch out for that Florida team, though. I mean, that Florida team is looking pretty good. And we'll see if they can get past Wisconsin. Both those teams playing really well right now. There's going to be some great games tomorrow as well. But, yeah.
Hey, by the way, we got a halftime update, big man. 47-40, Kansas over Purdue. What a finish to the first half by them. Let's see what these opening lines open up there because looking at the pace of the game, I don't see it slowing down at all with 47-40. Let's see what some of these lines open up at, see if we can get maybe a
again, I mean, Purdue Boilermakers, 56% from the field. They make 6 threes and are down 7 against a team that shot 46%.
Yeah.
Not bad either. But Kansas for them, 8 threes in the first half. Yeah, that's kind of the difference here. But,
Kansas ends on a 22-7 run. By the way, big man, I mean, this is what we do. We're going to be watching all night, Arizona and Xavier. But, I mean, if the object of the tournament is to get as many eyeballs watching the TV as possible, it's 10:25, and, like, this Arizona game is nowhere in sight to start yet. Is it really about tipping a game at 11 p.m. or 11:15 or whatever it's going to be?
Well,
I mean,
I think the thing is, Don, at the end of the day, I mean, there's not really a way you can control that, I guess. You're not going to have 3 games on at the same time. I guess for people that work, yeah, it sucks. But
even that, like, I understand their pod system and playing like the doubleheader, but wouldn't it be smart? I mean, there's enough TV money. It's not really about ticket sales where if you just had 4 separate locations for this game, I mean, I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know if there's a better way to do it or not, but I know it doesn't work for, the kid that's in high school or grade school and, oh my goodness, I love Xavier or whatever. My brother plays for Xavier.
If you didn't have a game where you called 50 fouls, you wouldn't have this problem.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, don't say one thing that you want the game to be more interesting. And by the way, I think that's such a ridiculous comment by the NCAA. We're going to call more fouls so it's more interesting. This doesn't make it more interesting.
Who said that? They said that?
Well, yeah, that they want higher scores, so they're going to call more fouls. I mean, I don't understand.
That game was a trap. I know West Virginia pushes the issue when they get after it in their press and stuff like that. But there's, the old Rick Pitino saying with Louisville a couple years ago, I'll foul because I know they're not going to call them all. Well, now it seems like they call them all.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's brutal to watch. By the way, Donnie, I'm seeing on Twitter here.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce and Dirk Nowitzki in the game at the same time, guarding each other. They've been in the league for 19 years already.
Somebody's going to get hurt, man.
Crazy. Can't believe it. I do want to say one thing, Donnie. I fucking murdered it in soccer today.
No, you actually did. I missed out on that too. I had other plans there, and I missed the last one. I believe it was the one I missed. I know you did a 1-1 in the morning, which you got robbed of that. You should have been 2-0 or at least 1-0-1 at that point. But I believe it was Iran you had as a nice win in the afternoon.
Yeah, Iran got it done early on, and then I had a late one, Donnie, at 7 o'clock Eastern. Brazil and Uruguay down in South America. Both teams to score -130. Game hit that in the 20th minute. So really easy one there. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, with more. I went 3-1, 2 units of profit, actually more than 2 units. I urge you look out for them. I spent a lot of time on World Cup qualifiers. It's really my bread and butter in football. It's something that I take a lot of pride in. So, please definitely tell them. Donnie writes that I'm smoking a cigar after the show tonight. What kind, Don? Cuban or what?
It's going to be, see this one right here? No Cubans, no Cuban. We keep it Nicaraguan most of the time. La Roma de Cuba, San Cristobal, Ashton's my favorite ones there. But, when you come over, big man, we'll smoke a couple together and we'll definitely do a podcast live from the studio down here. We'll just go right out back on the golf.
Well, here's one thing I'm definitely going to make all of you well aware of. This summer, we will have several shows live from the shore, out my balcony, down the shore, with, a little ocean in the background, nice little, cigar, beer. We're going to rock with you guys. Donnie, that's going to be it for tonight. No need to continue to chat here. Need to get you boys to the studio in Costa Rica. Definitely, Zach. We will definitely make that happen. I tell Big Man on soccer, hit it with Oregon and the under. Great job, CC. Austria and Moldova to go over.
Some shows are going to be longer than other ones there. We're just going to try to build this again. We'll be here every night, Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Baseball season is going to be a lot of fun, a lot more relaxed games going on. Games just finished there. But that'll be it for tonight on the late night on campus at SBR Sports Picks. Check them out there, sbrodds.com, and it's sponsored by uwager.eu. Big man, you want to leave with something before we get out of here?
Yeah, just a question here. Robinson's talking about a game tomorrow, Austria and Moldova. The 2.5, I am a little concerned about that game going over. Keep in mind, Moldova has really struggled to score score goals in this tournament. Moldova, a very small nation in Europe. I'm not sure they're going to score in this game. To me, I think this is like a 2-0 type of game. Austria really needs to have this one. To me, I would lay the 1.5. I think they will win by 2 goals, but 2.5 is tough. You really are going to need Austria to score 3 goals. I'm not sure they can. Not a game I'm on. But stay tuned, guys. I will have the World Cup plays out tomorrow. Guys, next, 11 o'clock, go watch Teddy and Paulie. I'm sure they will have some great commentary going on over there. They always are full of energy. I'll be on over there on the chat box. Donnie, thank you as always. We're back tomorrow, right side of campus. We'll break down Friday's Sweet 16 games. We'll rant and rave, 12:30 Eastern on SBR Sportsbook. Thank you to uwager.eu, our sponsor. SBR Odds, go out and take a look at SBR Odds. A multitude of different books on there. Get the best line. Don't be the guy that loses on a half a point loss or something like that. Get the best of it. That's all it's about. Everyone have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow early, 12:30 on SBR Sportsbook. Thank you. Everyone have a great night. Bye-bye.